Welcome to the Brown Bricks podcast.
I've just been driving for 6 hours.
The most amount of fun you can have while listening to a podcast.
Email us at brownbrickspodcast@gmail.com.
Jackson, while you were on that long car ride with nothing to do, is there any podcasts you enjoyed?
Yeah, I've been listening to some Fresh and Fit.
Yeah, you're trying to...
No, Jackson, we're making it seem like we have listeners, even if it's us.
Nah, okay, wait, I got a real thing.
Wait, Jackson's our listeners?
My cousin.
Yeah, we
my
have
cousin.
At least one.
Wait,
my cousin listens to our podcast.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he likes it. He thinks we're funny. So
Oh,
yeah,
hell yeah.
I think
shouts out.
I think
Shout
I'm
out to
very
him.
funny.
Also, shout out to my cousin. He's still listening. He's up to date. So
And my brother listens.
yeah,
That's true.
that's awesome. We have so many cool fans.
Yeah, it's cool.
Our family.
You know, our fans, it's kind of like our family because it's made up of it.
They literally
For
are.
some of them.
But no, he was telling me that he really liked our bit about Andrew Tate and going a bit harder than Andrew Tate does.
Yeah, because he was like, he was listening to Andrew Tate, and he's like, this guy doesn't.
No, he
he's
unironically likes Andrew Tate. I was debating him.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to ask,
Andrew
and
Tate.
does he like that bit in the right way or the wrong way?
No, he likes the bit in the right way for us, but he just
The
thought-
wrong
he
way
just
is
thought
thinking
it was
it's a
funny.
bit.
He just
The
thought,
right way is...
He just likes Andrew Tate though.
Yeah.
So,
Really make you think about who we're appealing to.
So I know Andrew Tate, he has the war room thing where he goes in and he teaches you about like basically just doing a multi-level marketing scheme. What I really want him to do is be like, here's how you traffic people for real. Like not a
is the
joke.
real-
Why do you want that?
I just
so
think
I,
it would
so
be
I can know.
You need a guide?
well, do you know how
don't
to?
know.
Oh yeah, you
You've
would
never-
nail traffic.
Yeah, you would
try
kill
it
it your
without.
first time.
You would definitely want. There's probably some tricks to it.
Yeah.
that you don't know.
Because like there's a lot of stuff that
doubt
you'd
it.
probably
How you
doubt
gonna?
it.
Oh, okay. How you gonna
Get a
fake
car,
their documentation?
Get someone
and all
addicted
that?
to heroin. You don't need documentation. You live in the Undercity.
Look, I think.
Okay, yeah.
That's
No,
Andrew
you're
Tate
right.
does
I
not
think
live
you're
in the
being
Undercity.
reductive.
No,
of
you
what's
don't. Your
involved
harem
in human
lives in the
trafficking.
Undercity.
No, he lives in like the above city. He just has them in like a compound.
Yeah,
It's true.
we got to get a compound.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
that-
got to get
Yeah.
the brown bricks.
Gotta get a
compound.
compound.
Did you guys see? Have you guys seen
I've
the
seen-
fucking Dude Perfect compound? I'm gonna see if I can pull it up.
I've been looking at some Facebook Marketplace. I got a few good compounds for rent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Out
how,
here.
how cheap are they?
Out here, you know, they're gonna run you about like $30,000 a month, but it's like a solid compound.
It's definitely worth
they got
it. though.
guard-
Start a Kickstarter.
What
They got
one of
guard
you guys
towers.
was telling us about the dude who bought like a warehouse's storage? He's
Oh,
trying
yeah,
to be an
that-
entrepreneur.
that guy, yeah,
and
he's
people
still
kept
doing
breaking
it.
in. Have we talked
Here's-
about that on the pod?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Here's
That's
the
still
Dude
going.
Perfect compound, and I just find
Holy
it like
fuck, what?
terrifying because it's
What the
huge.
shit?
It looks like a supervillain compound. It looks like the new Apple headquarters.
What the fuck?
But it's for making cool trick shot videos for Dude Perfect.
Did they get on
It's-
top of the little fin that they have on the building?
Yeah, they've got like a weird like aerodynamic fin.
Oh, it looks
for-
like it's got levels to it that you can throw
Like a
shit
spaceship.
off
from
I think
the
that's
what they
future.
don't know.
Definitely.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna take off. It's gonna be their ultimate trick.
Shot.
And it's gonna land in
They're gonna
a
launch the moon.
basket 1,000
Dude,
miles away.
of. How did they make so much money doing
They're, dude, everyone loves Dude Perfect.
They made so
Who's
much
just-
money.
I don't know about everyone.
No, but I just mean like so our
It's not that everyone loves Dude Perfect.
Everyone's
it's that
seen it.
lots and lots and lots of people
watch.
like it at least a
Yeah.
little bit.
Or like when
Because
it
like
shows
I
up-
don't know, some
I
of the
don't hate
stuff
it.
they do is cool. I don't dislike it.
Yeah.
I'm not against Dude Perfect
Yeah.
content,
Vin
but like
it is
Silverling,
very much like
Dude
the most
Perfect super fan.
exactly.
Yeah,
but don't
well, like,
think about
there are
that.
definitely Dude Perfect super fans. There are
That's
a lot of
just
people
like
who,
fucking everyone would be okay with watch, so everyone watches. it.
yeah,
That's
and
all
so
that matters.
then it's just like, oh wow, they get millions and millions of views on each
They're
video.
fucking sellouts, unlike us.
Yeah, exactly.
Being
Dude
true
Perfect doesn't-
artists.
Well,
We're
no,
doing true
that's
art
why they
here.
got their compound so they could refine their craft.
Oh,
yeah, and eventually their craft gets refined,
like-
and then they just make
Look,
a Brown Bricks podcast.
they have
with
like
the Dude Perfect
all
guy.
sorts of like analysts and specialists. Like, what should Dude Perfect become? And they're drawing formulas, and they're like, "Here's the output." It just says "racist podcast."
They're just, I love the
Where they
idea
do
that
trick shots, but there's no visual element
Yeah.
to the podcast.
No, they don't.
If
I'm
Dude
screaming,
Perfect started doing a racist podcast, I think that could fucking hit big.
Oh yeah,
If
I
they-
think if Dude Perfect brought us on, so you know how some people have like podcast networks, and they have the Dude Perfect network. and
Yeah.
we're just a part of it.
And that's where all the grifters who jump from platform to platform being like, this is the new bastion
We
of the
built-
right.
Yeah.
Because the Dude Perfect podcast
we build
network.
our shitty like concrete compound next to theirs.
Oh yeah,
And it just looks awful.
And we
in
have a
comparison, but it's
cartoon-sized
all,
cannon pointing at them.
Yeah.
It's all made of brown bricks that we
It's like an
Yeah.
empty
stacked
swimming
up.
pool.
it is.
Yeah.
But
Like
they're
a Despicable Me style turret that pops out and fires the Dude Perfect compound periodically.
I think it would be more apt if our compound, like, because bricks are expensive and kind of look nice. If it was just like concrete blocks, but we
Painted
painted
like
them
bricks.
brown.
Painted brown. Yeah.
And so they're not even
They're
bricks.
not-
They're just like gross.
Rebranding is Brown Blocks Podcast.
Brown blocks
Yeah.
podcast.
Well, let's just have
Brown block.
shitty brown brick wallpaper all over the interior.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool.
Lie until
And I
it's
think
hand-painted.
dim lighting, so it's like you're always in a spooky alley.
Yeah.
It's like you're in a
This-
swimming pool, but there's no
Like
pool.
have something to imitate flickering street lights that
Ooh,
are
yeah.
around the
And
corner of the
also,
alley.
like, everybody, they just work on, like, everyone has standing desks, and they work at, like, end of hallways. And so
Yeah.
you can't really see them, and you're like, hello? And then they just, like, turn around.
We just-
and you're like,
Scoot off. on a
everyone
standing desk.
works in a labyrinth.
scary.
We just stalk around.
yeah, you have to, like, kind of haunt the halls in order to find who you're looking
Oh, what
for.
if your boss comes up behind you and you're working the labyrinth? He's like, "What you working on?" You're like, "Oh god!"
Oh Jesus! How did you find me?
You're never safe.
Everyone wears a string around their ankle.
There's no
Thought I made it to the center
Yeah.
of the lab.
there's no corners, so you can't like have a clear view of every place. So it's
Yeah.
like every time you turn, there's always going to be like, oh, what's behind that corner?
Well, speaking of,
We have
haunts,
mirrors periodically.
Oh my god,
It's
a mirror
officially
mirror wall
October.
labyrinth.
Yeah.
What's in
Welcome to the
center?
Brown Brick Spook Month
the
Spooktacular.
Oh yeah.
Is it us?
We're
We're
going to
sitting
be
on a
building up
couch?
for our awesome Halloween
Yeah.
episode, where we're going to be handing out candy to kids and asking them to
yeah,
subscribe to the Brown
reading
Bricks
our
podcast.
own spooky stories that we all. come
Yeah,
up
let's get a
with.
bunch of Ziploc bags, like a variety of candy in it, and then also
a little
plugs
link to the
for
Brown
our
Bricks podcast.
Email.
Bunch of
What's it
business
called?
cards.
What about Pokemon cards? So I
Yeah.
normally hand out Pokemon cards on Halloween. I just package a bunch of my bulk and stuff, and then instead it looks like a Pokemon card, but they turned around and it just says "Watch the Brown Bricks."
It's a Brown
Uh,
Bricks card.
like those things where you're like, "Oh my god, they tipped me 100," and then you look at the back, it's like, "Fine God," it's that, but it looks like a full size candy bar, and they flip it over, and it's listen to the
It's
Brown
a
Bricks
brick.
podcast.
We were watching.
It's a brick.
We were watching those fucking what's it called? Those like worst date stories ever. And there was one guy who was like, "No, that's for you," and she thought she gave him 100, but it was a $10 billion bill, and it just said "Fine God" on the back. And he gave it to her, and she thought she was getting like a sugar daddy experience. She's like, "I'm not gonna complain." And then I found out he was just trying to give me Jesus.
Damn.
I think that nothing would turn me off more of Jesus to be like have somebody like this is your fucking marketing scam.
What if somebody
Patronizing
gave you
me.
$10 billion and then said "Fine Jesus"? Would that turn you on or off?
if they actually gave me the money,
Yeah,
I
if
would
they
be
actually.
like-
Would I?
I wouldn't turn
Like-
me on, but if they wanted to fuck after that,
Is it-
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm fucking anyone who's handing me over
Do I-
$10 billion.
Yeah, that's
Do I
probably.
contractually have to find Jesus?
It's just a suggestion.
Okay, well then,
That's how they get
yeah,
their money back. They're like, as long as you
Uh,
find Jesus.
It probably wouldn't do anything if it's just a suggestion.
Yeah, I'd probably go to church a couple of times.
I would keep it up so they would keep giving. I guess
I don't need a.
What
once
more
you've
would
given
you
me- yeah,
need?
that's a good point. I have $10
Yeah.
million dollars. That would be like maybe
not
I
10
can scrape
billion.
out another
the grift.
another few
I
billion.
want to be one of those TikTok
this guy.
influencers afterwards. That's like how I made my millions. It's like some guy gave me
How
a bunch.
I, as a 23-year-old,
Yeah.
can afford rent and put some money away into savings. A man gave me $10 billion, and I don't think I had to fuck him, but I did.
But I did anyways.
It was unclear, so I did just to be
he
sure.
didn't even ask me to.
Yeah.
And I also have a racist podcast.
I don't know. You got. It makes me every time I hear racist podcasts, I want to be like, oh, I don't know, I'm not that racist.
No,
in
no.
case
Well,
anybody
it's-
ever
No,
hears
it's
it.
the
our
podcast
racist
that
pod-
we're not racist.
No,
it's
it's-
just the podcast.
Well, no, we've also described ourselves as racist podcasters.
yeah. Well,
We are
you know,
not racist.
to each their own. No, we're racist pedophile
No.
podcast.
Yeah, I'm not a racist, but I am a racist.
When you get the mic
podcaster.
on, yeah.
Yeah, the
That's- it
headset
changes you.
gets on
I
and
become
you
a whole different man.
become a different person.
That would
You guys notice how my eye color changes slightly when I grab the mic and we
I
start
thought
recording?
you
As soon as
would-
I do
Goes
that
from
intro,
that-
brown to darker.
that would be a
brown.
good
I
reboot of
have.
Dr. Jekyll.
All right. For the fucking listeners, I have beautiful blue eyes.
Yeah, imagine like an average 23-year-old brown-haired woman's eyes. Brown hair. It's like the color of their hair is your eye color.
What?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah,
You scratch that
'cause
from the pod.
hair.
Let's edit that.
No,
part
because the
out.
brown hair girls always dye their hair blue because of feminism. That's what he's saying, and so that's the color of your eyes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's okay. You don't have to have
makes
blue
sense.
eyes.
I have blue eyes.
No one's ever gonna know who you are. You know. All right, he has blue eyes. Everyone.
Yeah.
They look really cool.
I
Okay. To
Well,
admit you have brown eyes.
I thought that eye color change was like you weren't like eating very well, and it was
No,
kinda-
it's just when I start
yeah,
doing my
it's,
racist
yeah,
podcast.
it's a powerful thing. I what about reboot of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? But Mr. Hyde just does a racist podcast every night, and then they're like, "This guy said," and it's like this is
and
guy's,
then he gets recognized in the streets.
yeah.
He's like,
As
no,
Dr.
it's
Jekyll."
not me.
Yeah.
I'm not the racist podcaster.
That's me, but not me.
And the entire
Yeah.
point of that book is like it's the guy's like repressing all that stuff, and that's the whole thing. Is that like he's been repressing all those things for so long, but then he lets it out. With
What
the
does
formula.
Mr. Hyde do?
Mr. Hyde just
so
kind of
bad?
fucks about? Like,
He's
it,
a rapist.
well,
Yeah.
Probably.
He's like super
I don't
strong.
think he doesn't rape
Yeah, he's like
anybody,
the
but
Hulk.
he does
I
like.
thought.
Yeah,
He's-
he probably did.
He's in like League of
Well,
Extraordinary
they
Gentlemen.
don't mention that he raped anybody.
Well, yeah, it was Victorian England.
Mr. Hyde was just a wacky guy. Like he wasn't like he was just kind of an asshole.
Joker.
He wasn't like he wasn't like a Hulk, which disappointed me. But he was like in the
piece of
book.
shit.
In the book, he bumped into a guy and then knocked him down and then didn't like say sorry. Like that was everyone's like because it was like proper British
wrote
time.
this?
The most evil you could be.
It was
Who wrote
com-
this book?
The book was commentary on like people being too proper in like British times, and basically
Need
the
a
way that gets
release.
resolved is like Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde. He's like, "Oh, that was very unmanly of you, sir. Maybe you can resolve this problem." And so Mr. Hyde goes into Dr. Jekyll's house, and then he comes out with like a check written by Dr. Jekyll and gives it to him, and they're like, "That was an amicable way to resolve the solution, but." It's so queer that it is Dr. Jekyll that has signed this check as opposed to the dishonorable Mr. Hyde. That's like the impetus to the book. Like that's
Talk
like
about really just fucking over your other half. Just
Yeah.
spending
Yeah.
all his money.
Well, he's paying off his debt.
that would be something I would do if I
I
was
think
Severance.
after that book
I-
came out, people were committing crimes, being like, "No, it was my Hyde. It was,
was my
Mr. Hyde. Wasn't
You
me."
can't prosecute me. I read the book.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
they read the book.
Probably the same with
Law.
probably the same with Frankenstein. If somebody just started grafting some body parts together and it didn't work out.
Yeah, dude, that was Guine,
Who?
the guy who made all those skin furniture.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I think it's pronounced Geen.
Oh, okay, Guine.
Yeah, the artist
are they
Ian.
French?
Ed Gein. Leatherface is based on him,
Are they
kind of.
Red
they
Green
French?
Show?
Yeah,
Red Green?
it was Red Green.
Red Green Show? Yeah. That's wild.
You
He
guys know
seems
that?
like
It was
Chill.
nice furniture.
Oh yeah, he had so much practice.
Really?
What if like he just kept doing it and like it was still shitty and it was like
It was
like
all fraying
obviously
at
the big
edges.
thing is that you've killed humans and then made them into furniture, but
He
the
only
other
killed,
thing
like,
is like
2 people.
You didn't even improve.
Oh, he's got
Mostly
cats.
he was a gravedigger.
He's got
Oh,
cats
well.
in his house that are tearing at the seams, so it's just kind of
Oh no!
fraying.
I like the idea that he didn't actually. He just thought it was like the cheapest way to get leather. Like he
Yeah.
couldn't figure out.
Like,
These leather prices.
have you seen prices these days? Oy.
Jeez.
That's like somebody.
Comedian bit.
That's like somebody who's
Like,
like.
I'm not a crazy guy, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Oy, oy.
That's like
Making
somebody who
leather.
like he's like a deck contractor and he's like making decks and it's like wow these
Out of
decks
human
are so white.
But-
These human bones.
Yeah, it's like wood prices these days. What are you gonna do?
Oh my god,
That'd be a
wood's
terrible material for a deck. So brittle.
Yeah,
bone.
but then
Maybe if your bones.
Yeah, your
Bones.
You
glass
have weak,
bones.
brittle baby
Bones
bones.
are like-
are brittle, especially when they've been out of a body.
These bones
yeah,
are
so
and they're
wild.
and they're drying in the sun.
these bones
for,
are
like,
regularly
days on end.
soaked in milk.
Bones in the elements. Just
Yeah.
Yeah, like
keep
the
up
finish
their
you have to put on deck to stop them
calcium.
from like splintering and wearing down
Yeah.
as fast as just pouring milk on your deck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it just smells like
Yeah, it just
shit.
smells
garbage.
awful.
It just smells like rotting milk all the time, consistently.
But it's cheap. It's a cheap deck.
yeah, it's an alternative.
Tell your friends. Ed Gein contract.
And then somebody's like, "Yeah, I'm spending more money on milk than if we would have just gotten a regular deck. This was not worth it."
Apparently, when they caught him, he confessed like instantly. He was like, "All right, can I have some pie and some milk?" And they were like, yeah." And he was like, "Yeah, I killed those people,
I mean, yeah.
and I dug up a ton of graves."
They catch you in your house with a bunch of skin furniture. What the fuck
exactly.
you gonna
It's
say?
not like
Yeah.
you can't prove whose skin it was.
Yeah.
I didn't kill anybody.
At a
Your
certain point,
honor.
you just have to hold a couple of things back just so you can be like, I'll get a lesser sentence if I don't tell you who it is, and then I'll tell you who it is once you like give me the lesser sentence. Like that's
Yeah, he didn't ask for his lawyer because he accidentally turned them into a chair too.
yeah. He was sitting there and he's like, these prices are insane.
Is this chair I'm sitting? Is this my lawyer?
Oh shit!
Fuck.
Oh,
I'm gonna put in my will that I'd like to be turned into a lampshade.
That's That's a terrible thing to be turned into.
And
lampshade?
then
No,
have
but he's
my-
giving light.
Have my children keep it. And
You
pass
should
it
be
down
turned
to
into a
them.
human rug. That would
Rug?
be like,
Oh, that would
like a
be-
bear
that would
rug,
be
but it's
cool.
your
Oh,
head.
that'd
You
be
know?
awesome.
And just my
yeah.
cheeks are fully hanging back there.
Oh yeah, and you got to have the ween, but you also have to be like,
Those would be flat.
and you
gotta have
extend
the
the
ween.
ween by like 8 inches. You extend it so it's like
Is
it's
the-
like it's a problem.
Is the
Like when
ween
people have to
normally-
like if they're like moving a couch around it.
Why,
it's like,
why is the dad rug missing a bit of his shoulder? It's just stapled to my cock at the end of it.
yeah. They cut it in
call
the
it
middle.
the dad rug. Like, everyone else is cool with it. Like they actually
They've,
put
they've
it out.
gotten used to it at this point.
There's some weird stuff in his will, and they're like, "Oh no, the dad rug." Yeah, no,
Yeah,
he's
the
talking,
dad
he's been
rug.
talking about
Yeah.
it.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you like invite friends over. and
Yeah,
they
I
just-
preempt them like as soon as it's like, all right, you're getting to that age where I think it's appropriate to tell you about my dad rug plans.
they're like 10.
This has been passed down in our family for generations.
Like, look, if I just shock you with that on the day I die, you're not gonna
You're
do
not
it.
gonna do it,
But like
I
I'm
gotta-
telling you now, get used to the idea.
acclimate you.
Think
to
about
the,
the
plan.
pros and the cons. But like, I think it's gonna be really tasteful.
Like, listen, you could put
Your
it in.
inheritance is impingent
I
on whether
love
or
the
not.
idea. Where,
Also,
like,
yeah, you'll get none of my money.
yeah,
You
you're not like you're not dead yet, but you're going through houses with your kids, and then you're like, "Dad, can you lay down right there?" Yeah, that'd be a good area rug. for
Yeah,
this
they're like,
place.
I think I'm looking for a place. I've saved up a lot of money. You know, I want to
You
get my
fully
forever home.
nude. You get fully nude. Spread eagle
Stripped
on the
down.
floor.
Like,
All right, now I'm not taking up as much space right now, but keep in mind that
This will
I'm
be
really gonna
They're gonna
stretch me
It's
out.
gonna be
Yeah.
my skin
Yeah.
spread out, right?
yeah,
All right, yeah. I'll start on my side and roll over to that side, and that will
Yeah.
give us an idea of how wide it's gonna be.
yeah, for sure. Then the realtor's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Hey, do you want to sell this house or not? You don't care what we do in here.
Sir, please put your clothes back.
This is
you
an open house.
How would you find someone to even make the dad rug? You're like, would you?
Well, that's the kid's gonna do it.
Yeah,
right?
the
Oh, you
kids,
can't- oh.
I train them in,
In carpentry.
yeah,
yeah, but only just leather rug making.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, my skills are very particular.
But every step from like skinning to down to it being a rug,
making it?
because I'm like I can't trust anyone else with this
Mhm.
that's
because they're
awesome.
not gonna do it.
Yeah, they're gonna
You're
have
just
to.
mostly worried about the quality. You're like, have you seen the rug makers
Have
in
you
this
seen-
town?
Have you seen the leather rug makers lately?
Yeah,
No passion.
No passion for the craft.
Now that's a spooky story.
Oh,
I was gonna say earlier we're off a good start to
the Spookoween,
Spooktober.
Brown Brick Spooktober extravaganza.
Brown Boo.
Brown Boo.
The Brown Boo podcast.
Brown Books.
The Brown Books podcast.
Huh?
The Brown Boo.
The most amount of spooks you can have while listening to a boo.
Yeah, that scared me. You guys see?
Can you, like, for a Halloween episode, can you cut that out and use it as the intro?
Oh, I
because
will.
I'm not doing it again.
And I'll add some like
Okay.
bats flickering in the background, like lightning. And then, did you guys see that? Speaking of Halloween, did you guys see that Marjory Taylor Greene cheated on her husband with a guy who was dressing up like Zangief?
That can't be
I didn't see that part. I saw that they were getting divorced.
Well, there was a picture of the guy's Instagram, and he's like a bodybuilder, and he has a couple of different pictures of him dressed up like Zangief. And I thought that was pretty good.
I thought you meant he
Marjorie-
was like a street impersonator.
Oh yeah,
who
he's
only dressed up as Sandy.
I love the idea
very
that
niche
you're just like
character.
a big celebrity. It's like AOC cheating on her husband with a guy who dresses up as Mickey Mouse in New York street corner.
But he's got a good dick.
Well, you know,
Oh,
Marjorie
definitely.
Taylor Greene, it runs in the family. Both her parents were yellow, but then the dad knew that she had sex with a blue guy.
Are you doing it in racist Chinese? Is that what you're?
No,
it's,
they're
it's a
color.
color.
Yellow
It's a
make
color
green.
theory thing, you Philistine.
That's not how you
God.
use Philistine. You're Philistine.
I didn't. That needs some polish.
Yeah, you know.
That needs some polish.
I think the the foundation's there though.
Why do they have?
All right, I'll
beard?
have that joke polished up for next episode.
Yeah, we'll get it going, and then we'll start it out on that.
You know the other crazy thing is, speaking of serial killers and human flesh, have you guys watched the new Dahmer show?
No,
No, people. I've heard
It's
like
not a
there's a ton of
documentary.
controvery
Dahmer.
around that, right?
It's
I
like a,
hardly know her.
it's like a
Exactly.
dramatization, which makes it like
It's a Dahmerization.
Nice.
Nice.
I like that. That was
I
good.
would like they're trying to take it really seriously, but they just call it that every
what's
episode.
just it's just not like a documentary. So why the fuck would I care? I don't-
Well, it's like
Following
a,
events have been Dahmerized for your enjoyment. Mike,
That's- Oh no, I was just gonna say I've heard like it kind of glorifies him in a weird way,
Yeah.
or like makes it seem a lot cooler than, or like kind of just. It's one of those stupid things where if you have like a killer who's doing all the things and you make him the POV character, you're always kind of going to
Yeah, for
glorify them
sure.
regardless of what you do.
just based on your
a little
perspective.
bit.
Well, I also think like anytime you watch something, right? Like there's just a natural inclination to try to sympathize with whoever the like I don't know protagonist for
Yeah.
lack
If
of a better
you're gonna
word.
make it a watchable show,
yeah.
For sure.
Also, Jeffrey Dahmer was a fucking hunk. He's way hotter than Evan Peters. I feel like it was
Oh,
a bad
yeah.
casting choice. Like I look at him and I looked at Dahmer and I was like, damn, hottie.
Yeah,
Hubba hubba.
that's
Damn.
you're the reason why people are mad about this
Yeah.
show. If you're saying like, "Oh my god, Jeffrey."
Yeah, so I got this
What?
cool tattoo and I want him to marry me.
I heard
Dahmer.
in the show he doesn't jerk off to the first guy he kills, which in real life he did.
Yeah.
Which is like why
Why
take that
rewrite
out?
history like that?
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Like he's not
Fucking
freaking.
revisionist.
He's not freak. Like I guess in the show he freaks out after he kills his first guy, and it's like no, he's a serial
like,
killer.
well,
yeah,
He didn't
totally
give a
into
fuck.
it.
I don't know. You probably don't kill like 65 people if you're having like if you have to like work up to
Qualms,
it and you're
yeah.
like, oh
Oh man,
god.
that was so awful. I
He
can't
lost
believe I did
control
that.
And was like, woo, shit.
Okay, that's it's the same as
I
me.
can do
like-
that.
It's the same
Maybe.
as me like eating like all of the strawberry wafer cookies that I had in my freezer. It was like, oh shit.
Oh,
Like, that-
God.
Back off afterward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And you come
I
to
feel like shit, but damn, was that fun?
Yeah, exactly. You're not like saying like, oh god, this is horrifying. You're just like, well, did that. Probably can't go back.
And just like
yeah, there's
killing,
no going back. Once you jerk off to a dead body, do you think you just felt really typecast after that?
Yeah.
Like he was like, well, this is my thing now.
I guess I gotta.
I
Yeah.
find it hilarious if a guy like that got his shit together after, does that, beats off. It's like, oh, that was awesome, and then he like becomes a straight up stand up guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's
He
just
just
got the
doesn't do it
post nut
again.
clarity.
Becomes normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
well, I
Like
tried it.
30 years later, he has grandkids and kids. He's talking to me. He's like on his deathbed. He's like, all right, I know I've been literally the perfect father for the whole time you've known me. But right before that, I did some bad shit.
I did one really.
What do you
I
mean
did
by
one
bad shit,
really,
Dad?
really bad thing.
Did you hit and run? Way worse.
Oh
Yeah, you know.
boy! Actually, I shouldn't even. tell
Actually,
you.
I'm just gonna. I'm just
Actually,
gonna-
actually, let me die with your current image of me.
yeah.
I'm gonna not tell you. Actually,
You think
it's
he,
not even written down.
That's why I don't like when people go, "Can I tell you a secret?" Because I'm assuming it's probably fine. But if it's that shit, I don't want to hear it.
yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't know.
So like,
make
you can't
me-
say yeah. 'Cause
it's gonna
maybe
make me,
they're-
like, an
maybe they're Jeffrey
accomplice.
Dahmer. You don't know.
Anytime somebody says, "Can you tell me a secret?" I just want to know. I don't give a fuck.
yeah, I'm
Also,
immediately like, oh,
why would
shit.
you ever want to like confide that in someone? Like, unless you were like a true Bonnie and Clyde pair, it's like You would
I don't
never.
know. If I was killing people, I would desperately want people to know, but like want in a way where they couldn't tell other people.
Oh yeah.
You would just saddle people.
Yeah, I just want them to be. I just want the sass. If I was crazy enough to kill people, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it, but
For sure.
I would definitely want people to know it was
Be a
me.
good way to get the podcast famous.
To kill people.
serial
We've
killer
been trying to
podcast?
Serial
We've been trying to
killer.
get on.
Yeah,
some,
that's the real true crime podcast. We start walking around with all these mics tangled
Committing
together.
true
just
crime.
Yeah,
killing
we've
people.
done that bit before. Our true crime podcast, where the crime is that we're doing crime for
Yeah.
real. That's why. It's
Then we
true
talk
crime.
about it.
Really?
We're like,
Damn.
well, there's this crazy case, and then like it gets released like the day after our podcast gets released, and they're like, wait, hold
Yeah,
on.
we started talking about murders that haven't the
been
police don't know
revealed.
about yet.
yeah.
During your courtroom, like you walk down the courthouse steps, you're like, check out the Brown Bricks podcast.
Yeah.
I actually
Crazy thing, this blonde fucking bitch was tragically stabbed in
Yeah,
the
that's
downtown alleyway 3 hours ago.
3 hours ago.
The cops still have no lead as to who could have done it.
Cops have no.
But whoever did it was probably very funny
Whoever-
and had a really successful
Whoever
podcast.
did it,
Probably had a great bit about a human rug.
expertly done. On whoever.
I don't
No
know.
one could ever catch them.
With that though, it's also like, would you not try to frame it on someone else? And they're like, and I heard it's this other person.
No,
but I
Jack,
also don't
'cause like I said earlier,
want someone else to
I
get the
want
credit, yeah.
people to know.
Oh, that's right.
What is the point in killing people if people don't know it's you? That's
Well,
the worst part.
That's
is that
the,
no
that's
one
the
can
gang
know,
mentality.
but you
bro.
wish everyone knew.
This sounds like a
And
really...
you wish you could bring it up on your podcast with your friends, but no one can know.
I do love that, like, you're looking through your notes, and, like, the last one, it's like, you got anything else on there? And it's like,
Last
I
note.
killed someone.
Tell friends about murders.
And you're like,
no, not
nah, I think we're good. We can
You
wrap
got,
it
you got any
up.
notes, Finn? No.
It sounds like a really bad episode of like Criminal Minds, where it's like,
Worst criminal mind. What's going on in those criminal minds of
we don't know where he's uploading the
Yeah,
podcast
getting
from.
interrogated. It's like, are you the one who killed them? You're like, oh no,
no, I
not
didn't do
me. Oh, wish it was. Oh.
It sounded
I
so
admire
cool.
him. He's done. It looks like he's doing good work.
Yeah.
He sounds pretty funny too.
I can imagine them trying to be like, he's uploading the podcast from a different computer cafe every time.
You know, how those
we
shows,
can't find it.
you know how those shows will have the twist a lot, where like, oh, we got him, and then they get another killer. It's like, oh, we had the wrong guy,
Yeah.
right? And then it's the guy you met way earlier, and that was the twist.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
love if the guy who obviously did it and they're interrogating says he doesn't do it. They're like, all right, it's not him, and he ends up being the twist real killer, and they're like, I can't believe it.
Yeah. Do they ever not get away, or do they ever have guys get away with it in those shows?
I do think it would be really funny if there was a guy who's like, we
I
have.
think
never
in Law and
seen-
Order they sometimes get away with it, where they're like, oh, there was some weird loophole in the law.
Yeah, and
but
then
they
bring
normally
him
find
back.
the guy. Who
What
did
about
it.
what about SVU where they do all the?
they fuck
fucked up shit.
kids, but it was legal this
But
time.
this time he
God.
got away with it.
That
I bet they do shit
do
like
you?
that. I don't watch it a lot, but that's just what I know from some Law and Order
Okay.
episodes I've seen. Is they do
that's
that shit.
probably how you get people to like vote for people who are like, yeah, the death penalty should be legal. Is when you get a bunch of people watching Law
Just
and Order
watching,
SVU.
yeah.
It's also like one of the only ways to fulfill the requirements of a cop show, but still have like stakes. Because like if it's not confirmed that they're gonna get away with it or not, it's more interesting to watch.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
yeah, of
I
course.
I do think it would be funny though if like, so the guy did commit it. You see that the guy committed it, and then like the detective is like, actually, let's try my hunch out, and then he like finds
just
the guy,
completely wrong.
wrongly convicts him, but like the audience knows that like the first guy that they got was like 100%.
That'd be the most frustrating.
Yeah, the other
TV
guy
episode.
goes to jail and shit.
Yeah, and he's
Like-
just like, he's like, I didn't do it. I was wrongly accused. And he's like, save it for the judge.
That
but-
would be an interesting episode. One of those episodes where like everyone watching
inept
knew something
policeman.
none of the characters knew.
Yeah, and you just see the guy do the murder in the very beginning, and then the first 15 minutes they find the guy and convict him, but then they're like, wait, hold on. There's still 45 minutes of this episode left.
Dude, my mom loves that show, so she has it on, and
Moms
it is
love
Yeah.
crime
the
shows.
worst. Like, there's this episode, like right after all the, like the police protests have been going on, and there was an SVU
Oh,
episode
yeah.
about like a guy raped another guy, but like there were so many protesters outside, the police couldn't do their job. Like it was
What?
just like big pro cop. like propaganda. Like there was a grand jury, and they were like, "We don't trust you cops to get the evidence right. This guy didn't do anything." And the rapist gets away because like there's too much police protest.
He's like,
They're
yes.
really
And
investigating.
he
a
can't
lot
do
of those
double
rapes.
jeopardy. So it's like, oh, do you have any closing thoughts? It's like, yes, I will rape again,
Yeah.
thanks to you incompetent cops.
At the end, they were like, "Why don't people like
What the
us?" It was basically
fuck?
like, "Stop protesting the police. You make their job harder."
So we could keep
Yeah.
doing the rapes. I mean, solving the rapes.
Solving the rapes.
That's
what I mean.
why police budgets are so high. Most of it just goes to funding cops.
Yeah, getting episodes of TV produced.
Yeah.
So they can send it to the Law and Order writers.
The SVU industrial complex.
Oh, everybody was so mad at The Wire, right? Like everybody loves to have like, "Oh yeah, the cops only do good things. Look at all the killers they catch."
So apparently a large part of that is that, like, basically Hollywood, there's been many cases where it's like, yeah, you just can't film that. Like, and the cops fund, and like the military and the cops and all those places have huge amounts of funding that they put into those shows. And, you know, if you want like a filming permit for a place, or if you want to be like not hassled on your film set over little different things, you probably don't want to be having a show where it's like, and the cops suck and they're evil. It's like,
Yeah, dude. Filming the second season of The Wire was so hard because like cops would just jam up there, like filming all around Baltimore.
and that's why
It's the
you
most ironic thing.
Well, no,
They
but it's
were
like that's why
this is what we were talking about in season 1.
Yeah.
and like they're not going to be like taking that stand for Law and Order SVU, and so they're like, it's easy stuff. The cops pay us a shit ton of money to make basically propaganda, and then like people like it, so they'll watch it, and so it's just very cheap TV to make.
Also, that's how it started. So like in the 20s and 30s, cops were always like bumbling oafs that weren't good at their job, and then like the police union started paying Hollywood like a ton of money and like incentivizing them to, and then cops started being like heroes and shit in the 40s and 50s.
Well, because it was like most people kind of knew the cops as bumbling oafs for the entirety of the time that like they were alive, and then now people are like, I guess they're like heroes or something.
I've never really interacted with a cop, but I guess
I guess they're like
cool.
probably heroes. That guy's a hero on TV.
Any minority is like, yeah, no thanks. Let's not watch Law and Order SVU.
Yeah.
Or let us watch it.
Or lettuce, yeah. So they can see Ice Cube talk about Civilization 5 with the Brave New World expansion pack.
You gotta admit that when he telling the other guy he's gay, that's a good scene.
That is a pretty good.
When Ice Cube comes out of the closet on
Yeah.
TV.
He's like,
Some top
I'm not
tier, right?
gay. I have relationships with women, sex with men. Have you seen that one, Jack?
Wait, that's a real thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
Well, I thought you were doing a bit about Ice Cube being
Well,
gay.
it's somebody
there's
coming
a
out
guy
to Ice
talking to Ice Cube. He's like, I'm not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men. He's like, that means you're gay.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
That's a new show. It's
that
means you're that whole
just
thing.
Ice-T telling
Ice
people that
Cube
they're gay.
therapy sessions where he talks
It's only-
closeted gay men.
Figures out that you're gay.
I don't know if there's legs.
And the
on that
show's
one.
called That Means
It's reality
You're Gay.
TV.
That's
Oh,
his
yeah.
catchphrase. He's just talking to him until they slip up. He's like, that means you're gay.
That means that means
Yeah,
you're
you just have
fucking
to keep going. He's trying to find enough rope to
Yeah,
hang them.
some
with.
of the episodes last
And then he
3
arrests
days.
them. He says it's time for you
Then he
to
throws them
cool off.
Yeah, all of the later seasons end up going to like Pakistan or places where homosexuality is super illegal. And then he's like, cuff them up, boys.
Get
at the
it,
very end.
ass.
We got him, boys.
That was a good episode. If that
Yeah,
means
it's like First
you're
48, where like the cum in the asshole is only legal to be like prosecuted over in the first 48 hours. So Ice Cube has to get them to admit that they're gay in the first 48 hours after they fuck a dude.
Ice Cube's got to get them to fuck him in the ass.
Yeah,
to
that's what
get
I
them
was
arrested.
thinking.
He's holding
pervert off the
holding cue
streets.
cards with questions. He drops it. He's like, oh no.
no, I'm sorry.
God, the first 48 rule is always astounding to me. That they're like, yeah, I'll give it 2 days.
Well,
Yeah.
for me,
Like, that guy died.
well, it's like half of me is just like, so many of those shows would immediately be over if the guy's like, yeah, I want a lawyer. And it's like, well, I guess we now have like, because like most of the time, the way the first 48 ends, I don't know, like they have to all be scripted because I've watched a ton of them and it's always like this thing where they'll go and they'll be like, so Johnny, you decided to show up and kill your brother. And he's like, no, I haven't seen my brother in months. I don't even know. And it's like, well, no, Johnny, we have like a text message between you and your brother that you were going to his house. And he's like, yeah, I saw him, but like we didn't like fight or anything. And then he's like, well, no, but then we have like the Ring video camera of you like punching and beating him down. And he's like, no, we were just playing around. It was a joke. And it's like, but then we also have the Ring video camera like thing saying, I'll fucking kill you. And then you say, oh shit, I killed him. And he's like, you got me. Like it's very much like the first 48 has like the most tidy wrap ups of any show that I've ever seen, despite like claiming to be a real thing.
I mean, I imagine they could only really show the ones that they solve because nobody fucking wants to see an unsolved
That'd be good, yeah.
murder.
First 48, and they just do paperwork for those 48 hours.
I was actually watching a couple of those last night, and they're pretty fucking grim.
Yeah, well, because it's a lot of like actual murders. And
yeah, there was like the one that was like some guy burnt down like a family of like 7 in their house, and just like
shit.
I mean, they got his ass, but it's like, Jesus fucking Christ.
And they're celebrating because they're like, under the first 48.
Yeah.
Nice job.
That's our man. We got him on the video camera. We didn't really have to investigate this very hard.
I would love the idea where the guy admits to killing like 7 people, and he's like, yeah, I burned them all down. And the people are in the other room like crying because they heard that, like, because that's the guy who killed their entire family. And then like the guy just turns to like his partner and he says, time. And then he's like, you still got 2 minutes left. We made it.
Clear, baby.
It's like,
within the first 48.
First 48. And then it just cuts to that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you guys see that Biden saying, where's Jackie? When he was...
No.
So there's a person who died in a car accident.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah, and then he was like at a press conference, like a couple... he was just like, where's that person? Where's she at? Where is she? And it's like she died in a car accident like 2 weeks ago.
She died like 3 months ago.
But then it was funny because the follow-up, the thing that people were like, oh, the reason why he did that was because he's speaking at her funeral in a couple of days and he has her on his mind a lot. And I'm like, that's even worse. Like if he's like,
I mean, I forgive him for forgetting that one of like 200 representatives fucking died and was just like, where is that lady?
You picked the wrong one.
Yeah.
You were trying to figure out. Or those are some bad fucking odds.
He's just being funny and being like, fuck that lady.
Where's Jackie?
Dead.
Oh, wait, she's dead.
She's dead. That bitch dead.
Bitch is dead.
I remember people doing the Dark Brandon meme about her when she died, so
yeah,
that could be the case.
I don't get the Dark Brandon is like I don't even really like understand.
I've seen Dark Brandon. I have no idea what the joke is.
The joke is that Biden's not actually organizing all of these hits against people or causing them to die.
Oh, so Dark Brandon is Biden being... It's a satirical joke about Biden being an evil mastermind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not... I mean,
see,
obviously,
I just literally had no idea.
There's some libs who take it seriously,
yeah.
But I think most people understand that it's supposed to just be like he doesn't actually do anything, and it's just funny to imagine him being the guy to be like killing the queen.
Strings,
yeah.
And it's weird that it was like co-opted by like the actual like Biden administration. Like they post like Dark Brandon memes, and I'm like, you realize this is all about you being a mastermind.
This is about you being evil,
killing everyone.
It's about you being
yeah, but it's also about the absurdity of that, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So in a way, like you'd rather embrace it than have it being the people who actually think you are like using it.
I mean, a lot of the shit that he like, the jokes I like about Dark Brandon is when he does shit that obviously didn't happen because of him, but are still like good things.
Oh yeah,
where it's like, got this bill passed, Dark Brandon. It's
that
like, that's a good bill. Thank you, Dark Brandon.
Yeah,
you Dark Brandon.
That's not evil. That's a good thing.
Yeah, you're like,
I feel bad for people out there named Brandon right now.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Brandon's such a bad name.
It's not its peak.
Did you guys know that there is going to be a Amber Heard movie coming out on like October 13th about the Heard Depp trial? And it's like
already?
a Tubi exclusive.
Didn't that happen earlier this year?
It happened like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
It happened like 3 months ago, and they just jumped on that immediately and decided to make a movie. And I saw that, and I was like, "This is
Tubi's still around?"
I guess.
I saw that they shut down Stadia for real.
Yeah,
That's fucking hilarious.
the Stadians are
Like,
the Stadians are having it
There's
rough.
the
You guys
guy
were
with
still
like
doing something? What?
Yeah,
there's the one thing I saw. A guy had like 2,100 hours in Red Dead 2 on the Stadia. And it was like begging. He's like, please, Rockstar, transfer me to PC, please.
it is funny though, because like Stadia was always something that I looked at and I saw like this is gonna die. I just don't know if it's gonna last a year or if it's gonna last 2 months.
It surprisingly lasted.
It lasted
3
way longer
years.
than I thought it was gonna be.
But I'd never heard anything about it until it got canceled.
Like
So
Stadia was one of those things where I thought, like, the more I heard about it, the more I was like, oh, this is bound to fail. Because initially it was something where it was like rollback netcode with Google servers, and you can it'll be the Netflix for games. And I was like,
Yeah.
that sounds interesting. That sounds like something I could be persuaded into like looking into if like, oh, you have a bunch of like very good games, and then they were like, oh, but you also have to buy all the games individually on them. So I'm like, oh, well, that's not like really
It stopped
a
making
Netflix for
any
games.
sense at all. Yeah.
And then it was also like, but you also,
and then Game Pass just immediately eclipsed them.
yeah, just destroyed them.
Just
'Cause it was like,
obliterated
you can
their
stream it, but you can also just download it if you want. And Stadia's like,
and you don't have to buy it.
yeah, exactly.
You're just paying a subscription.
It was some dumb bullshit. I hate that.
Um,
But yeah,
I think when it's done well, like with Game Pass, like it's an interesting model for like little games you would never play on
yeah,
your
for
own.
sure.
That's a lot.
Like I remember on
indie
Xbox
games.
Game Pass, they had a really fun one called Monaco, and then you guys weren't on the Xbox crowd, but we played the shit out of that.
Oh yeah,
It was free on there.
But
Xbox Game Pass is like such a good deal.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking about picking it up again just to play some of the shit that's gotten added on there. 'Cause I had it for a while and I played a lot of stuff that I liked, and then obviously it ran out. So
Yeah, it's definitely the move, and you can play stuff on like Mac too.
yeah.
That's the craziest.
But I want to say, like, a lot of, I think, indie developers that were latched on to Stadia are kind of getting, like, they didn't hear about this because it came from, like, Google's highest, like,
Well, and like
offices.
the things that they commission to like get on Stadia,
Yeah.
those don't exist anywhere else.
Well, yeah, I mean, they were developing for Stadia, which I don't really know what that, I guess that means for PC, I have to imagine.
Well, it feels like something that could be ported. Like
Maybe
a lot of those.
just making games
Stadia
that
console?
work better with the whole like streaming thing.
Yeah.
But
So it could
yeah,
be like card games and stuff.
a lot of them
probably.
didn't really hear about that, so they're like, well,
Oh,
what the
fuck.
fuck is going to happen with my game now? I have no idea what the fuck. I mean, I hope they got paid already. I mean,
Oh, for
I don't
sure.
I don't know how
They
that
didn't-
works.
Yeah, they don't like pull the wool over your eyes and be like, "You're gonna be a star, kid." Like they have to pay their devs, so they're definitely like they definitely got a huge cash sum up front, and then they like made the game for them.
Yeah.
But the devs are probably just
Now
sad
it's just
because
not
their
gonna get-
game's going to just cease to exist.
Yeah,
Because there's not even a
gonna
way
get
to like
played.
pull that down and like have that downloaded. It's like Stadia is only all online.
Yeah, it's all
so-
streaming bullshit.
Yeah, it's some bullshit. I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did.
Stadia. Now that's something spooky.
Yeah, Stadia
Spooky
more like
scary.
Stadia, I just met you.
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
Yop. Yarp.
You're
Yeah.
Fucking look who's done shitting.
He died on the toilet.
Look
and
who's
came
done
back to
taking a
life.
massive, disgusting shit in our home
Oh,
without
Leave
even
that door
asking
open.
first.
Leave that door open so we can all smell the
Yeah, let your shit
massive,
blow in
disgusting
here.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you stop in front of my face? Were you farting in my face? You fucking foul ogre.
Oh, we've got an awesome idea.
We got
for-
an ogre in the house.
So at my place, I'm gonna bring over a bunch of women, just a harem, a gaggle
Oh,
of
yeah.
women.
This is a good bit.
Just bring them over, and then I'm going to have one of you guys. We were talking to Tej about it specifically, and he's going to just stand in the corner of my room, and I'm
I
not.
thought
going to-
Liam was the plan.
Oh yeah, I think it was Liam. Yeah, and so Liam is just going to stand in the corner of my room, and I'm not going to acknowledge him. And people are going to be like, "Do you have like roommates?" And I'm going to be like, "Nah." But then 15 minutes into us talking, he's going to walk by and just fart and make one of those things where he's like, "Oh, that was a bad one there," and then keep walking.
And you're not
And-
Yeah, and then he leaves the apartment.
Yeah, he leaves the apartment, and I'm not going to acknowledge him, but all the women are going to be like, "What's going on?" But then 15 minutes later, he comes back through the door and does the same thing and then stops exactly where he was before in the corner of my kitchen. And then they're
drive.
they're like,
insane.
I'm like, well, is that like a ghost? And I'm like, yes.
No, you can't
Well,
acknowledge.
I
You
like
guys
that.
don't have a Liam in your house?
I like the idea more if you bring one girl and it's someone you're trying to hook up with,
Ooh,
and you're
yeah.
kind of putting the moves on her, and that happens, and you just go like, "Oh wow, I have no clue who that was." Anyways, where were we?
You're like, sorry, he came with the building.
Like, really, just blow right by.
Yeah.
One
But
of
like
these guys in every
acknowledge it,
apartment.
acknowledge it
Wow,
enough to know
how
that,
did he get in here?
Damn, I thought I got
acknowledge
his
it
ass
enough
out.
to know that it's like this person is like real and is like actually there, and I'm not crazy. But you're just not gonna like really interface with that what's going on, and I'm like wild.
I couldn't keep a straight face.
Stinky.
Wow.
I keep making like comments like the moment that happens, and I'm like stinky.
Pu.
Then I keep going.
Liam.
No, I don't say his name.
He comes in and there's a fart, and you turn to her. You go, "Was that you?"
Bite you into my home.
he's in the corner.
Behave yourself, young lady.
He's in the corner of my kitchen, like eating chips, just like looking at both of us.
Liam's hammered at this point. He's just like,
Loudly eating chips. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but you have like a fucking Tito's bottle in your bushes outside.
Yeah, no, we know.
For safety.
I didn't know that.
Just in
I
case.
told you about
it
that.
empty?
It's empty.
Oh.
We should not have that in our bushes.
No,
There's-
On brand.
Is it ours?
probably.
No, someone
probably.
else left it there.
I don't know. Other people drink.
I don't know when it got there, but
It's over there, but
it's in the front.
That's what
when did that
works.
happen?
When we cut the bush down, we found it there, so I don't know when it happened.
I'm gonna blame that in previous tenants.
Yeah, that feels
we
right.
could pick it up and
There
throw
is-
it away.
there is,
Yeah, I
like-
will. I
I'm just
will.
saying.
It doesn't matter how.
I can't imagine how any of us would have done.
I
that.
don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think
It wasn't us. It wasn't us.
I know a couple of people, like, or where I used to live, there would occasionally just be like beer cans that were sat outside our like front lawn, and I'm like it doesn't matter how good we mow the front lawn. If there's like beer cans out here, like it doesn't.
Your
it will
neighbors
always
aren't
look
gonna
trashy.
like you. They're
yeah.
gonna judge you
Yeah.
for that shit.
Oh no, your neighbors. Oh.
Well, I don't know. I don't need them to like me, but I don't
Yeah,
want
you don't want him
thinking,
to think
That's
that
not
there's, like,
true.
Tito's
Mr. Brown Eyes, Mr. I don't need any. You need
I
everyone
have
to like
beautiful
you.
blue eyes.
beautiful blue, gorgeous,
Yeah, you just want the fans to
sapphire
like
eyes.
you.
That's
Baby
I go
blue.
over and I knock on the neighbor's door just so they can see him.
Be like,
And they're like, wow.
look into my eyes right
Those
now.
are
Look
like-
in my eyes.
Then you
Are
say,
those
I don't
"Just read our
need you to
Tito's
like me,
bottle."
but look in my eyes and tell me you don't.
And they say, are those tree bark colored? Wow.
And then,
wouldn't.
and then you say, "Have you seen our Tito's bottle? I've been looking for it everywhere."
They would say, are
lawn
those your
ornament.
eyes or are those sapphires?
Ooh,
That's what they would say.
they
And
stare
they would
longly
pluck
into your
your
eyes.
eyes.
then they
out
try
of
to
your
pluck
head.
my eyes. I'm like, whoa, settle down. They're my eyes.
They're my eyes. Not
And you won't
Jim.
be able to sell them. Well, maybe.
There's beautiful sapphires.
If you're ever wondering whether or not to listen, just listen to the lies that Phineas is willing to tell for you guys. He wants you to like him, and he can't help it.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
It-
Edit
wait,
this part
wait,
out
what
too.
Was the, what was
Failure
the
to
first
launch.
part of that?
I was trying to get the,
I think
the
he's talking to the
listeners
audience.
Oh, I
to be
know,
like,
I
but
was
like,
talking to the audience.
if you ever-
call me a liar.
he likes you so much.
All right,
he's
I
willing
was
to lie.
lying about not needing to be liked. I need that in my life. But I was not lying about my eyes.
Yeah, his beautiful blue.
I did not say that very convincing.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry about it, man. We would like you
Everybody
even if you didn't have
believes
eyes.
you.
This is why we need to do video podcasts just for my eyes.
Everybody
now.
believes
So
you.
they know I'm not
My
lying.
cousin wants to be on the podcast. He wants us to do visual stuff.
Oh,
or at
and
least
visual
have
stuff?
a camera, or at least have like a camera.
oh
stuff.
God, no.
I told
we
him
could just have
no.
a camera out and make them think we are.
yeah, honestly, that might.
Well, no, not for his. He just means in general.
Oh,
for
he
us.
so he
yeah.
both wants to be on the podcast
To be
and for us to have.
Yeah.
To be fair, editing TikToks
Thanks for the
would be so
notes.
much easier if we had
Yeah.
visual stuff. But I'm also like, I don't want my face out there.
Yeah, this whole thing
Yeah,
works
no.
on like a based on
Well, what if we all wear face masks and sunglasses?
Yeah, we all get put
That
on.
would be cool.
Put on shiesties.
Yeah.
That would actually. We should try that for one of them. Just chilling out in face masks and
I want to wear
like the
shiesty.
Hoodies, have our hoods up.
hoodie.
Yeah, that sounds badass.
Yeah, no, we would look
looking like
really
snot.
cool.
We put on voice changers for some
we
reason.
would look really cool.
And that way you wouldn't have to reveal the true color of your eyes because you'd have sunglasses on. You could keep telling people
All right,
they're
well,
blue.
I would take them off at the start.
And our
right in
neighbors
the
are going to
camera.
think we're terrorists
true.
organizing in our living room.
Why aren't we terrorists organizing in our living
That's
room?
true.
That speaks for
This is
What would you
itself.
blow up?
Terrorist podcast.
I don't know, literally anything. Just what the first guy who comes around who's like, "I need you in my terrorist organization." I'd be like,
Yeah, sure.
I'll
let's
blow
do
up
it.
whatever. I just gotta do it.
You just need that initiative, though. You need to find something you want to blow up.
Yeah, that's true.
no,
get a
I'm
few-
a follower at heart.
Let's take that neighborhood cat and stuff it with a few M80s and throw it in the neighbor's lawn.
I don't know about that one.
blame the neighbors.
Brown Boo Podcast here to stay.
Oh yeah, and it's a
Yeah.
black cat
Yeah.
because it's spooked.
It's
so
scared.
ooh,
It
the
was-
brown boo.
it is actually
I love
a
the
black
idea
cat.
where someone's like, "Don't cross a black cat." And it's like, "Well, I blew one up with an M80. Is that bad luck?"
They're like, oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
the
like-
original thing for that was like had something to do with Egypt, where they were just trying to. I fucking remember reading
Make
about
sure
this.
that you have the whole fact ready
Yeah, I
next
don't.
time.
Yeah,
I
there's
know.
something with Egypt.
But the
and-
point is, the fact, if I remembered it would make sense to blow up black cats and it'd be a good thing. So
Yeah,
look up
yeah.
the fact
So-
and you'll know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
let's
about.
take all our advice from shit
So
that happened in
basically-
ancient Egypt.
Basically, we're doing praxis by blowing up this cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying that it would be good luck.
Okay.
I
It's,
don't- I
it's
don't know what we
Halloween.
should do.
Halloween praxis.
This is
Halloween
Halloween.
practice.
Yeah.
That's
Halloween.
pretty good. I don't know. I think
The ideology of
is that where it
Halloween.
ends though? We just do that and then we're like
Well,
terrorism
no.
done.
Now we have to step it up from there. We got to blow up a spirit Halloween and spread its wealth to
Yeah.
We're
By
the
each
whole
need.
world.
How about this
To
as a
each-
terrorist organization? There's not really a point or a target. It's just kind of making the world worse. Is we go to pounds and we adopt all the animals they will let us, and we just every time we let them free into the wild, and we
You
do
gotta
it
go to
as much
state
as
to
we
state,
can.
yeah.
But yeah, and it's just like, what the fuck? Like they can't survive. They're domesticated.
We put them out in like the sand hills, like some place where it's like,
Or if we want to really get an operation going, we can breed them so that we have ones that aren't spayed or neutered.
did you guys
Yeah.
see that
And just
one
have
chick?
wild dog packs return to America.
Did you guys see that one
Yeah.
chick that was like,
Yeah.
I killed a wolf because it was like charging at me on my hunt? Because she like went around. It was one of those places where somebody just has a big backyard basically. And it was,
I
like,
think I
shared.
saw this one.
Yeah, and she's like, I found a wolf in my backyard, and so I killed it. And she had like a bunch of pictures of her holding it up, and that just ended up being like somebody's husky dog.
It was,
Like,
so
that-
obviously a dog.
it was so obviously just a husky, and she was
Like from afar, maybe if like you're shooting them really far
but after
away.
you skin it,
But like
and
then you're
hold it up
taking
on
pictures
Facebook,
of them being like badass wolf. Bro.
This is
it
so
was just
cool.
like so like it was like one step away from just having a collar that said
Jesus
Fido
Christ.
on it. Like, and it was just
That's
so
so
fucked
fucking
up.
sad.
This is the part of the Brown Bricks podcast where we talk about mutilating animals for
Wolves are
minutes
fucking
in a row.
huge, dude. Wolves are bigger than you.
Wolves are
Yeah.
bigger than me.
Yeah,
I'm-
you are very slight.
Well, but no,
Yeah.
wolves are bigger than me and you. So.
There's no way there's 250-pound wolves.
Oh my fucking god, dude! Have you seen
Seems
a
like
wolf?
120 pounds.
I'm gonna look up.
Have you
wolf
seen a
weight.
fucking wolf?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what about,
I
look up-
wrestled. You've
look
seen that
up
movie,
Fat
The
Wolf.
Gray?
Look up
Yeah.
Fat
With
Wolf.
Liam Neeson?
That wasn't you. That's Liam Neeson.
Well, it wasn't me. They hired someone to do the thing that I did. It was based on something I did.
Did
No.
he die in that movie?
No, he survives.
No, that's the whole point. He lived.
Oh.
He's the apex predator.
How would he?
All right,
how would
the
you even know
average
that
rate
happened
of a
if he
wolf
didn't
is-
live?
190.
I don't know, maybe
1,000
people just interpreted it
pounds.
as he lived.
No, it's pretty low.
What is it?
The mean body mass of the wolf is 88 pounds.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, we could destroy wolves.
Oh yeah, we could fucking fight a wolf.
Especially
Yeah.
with a gun.
Oh, yeah. I love the idea where, like, we go out and try to find a wolf pack, but then the Brown Bricks wolf pack comes in, and it's just us.
It's just rabid dog.
Would you take on a wolf if you had full plate armor?
Oh, yeah, totally. Well, would I get a sword?
I don't know if I'd ever take out a wolf.
No,
This
but you
doesn't
have those
sound like-
spiky things on the end of the gauntlets. I mean,
Oh, yeah, I could
Okay.
beat a wolf like that easy.
Probably.
Would you take on a wolf if you were the Pokemon Ferrothorn?
I don't know what that one is.
I would set up with Ferrothorn and
Yeah.
defeat it with my other Pokemon.
You'd put stealth rocks around the wolf, so if it wanted to switch out, it would take damage.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think wolves really switch out.
No, there's multiple of them, right? So they'd have to take turns.
Well, I guess you're coming up with the scenario. I'm sorry.
Could Fortress the Pokemon beat Wolf?
I think so.
I believe so.
What about Probopass?
Probopass, I think he could do it. Probopasses are heavy as fuck.
I want a Probopass just to sit in my living room.
Just to look at you.
Just to be like a statue in my living room.
That would be a nightmare. Just to have like a giant like, Easter Island head like chilling out, like looking at you, like scared because it's not
constantly sniffing.
Yeah, and it's like
big nose.
Its little hairs are moving up and down. You're like, oh yeah, can we not?
Actually, Jack, they're not hairs. They're metal filaments because they're magnets.
It's a rock.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
That's a rock.
That does.
Why would a rock have hair?
I don't know.
It just happens to look like a silly mustache.
That's my favorite part.
Damn.
I think he could beat a wolf. That's what we're trying to say.
Yeah, he could beat a wolf.
So there's new Pokemon. Yeah.
There's new Pokemon.
A couple of them. None of them look too. One of them, two of them are just like edgy Digimon designs.
Yeah,
have you seen those?
The tire Pokemon.
No, I'm talking about the fucking night Pokemon.
I've not seen that.
I'll see if I can find
What
them.
does the tire Pokemon do? Make me tired of this conversation.
Yeah, bro.
Yawn.
Yeah.
Wee.
Ooh,
you know what? I'm not. You know what I'm tired of? People saying that influencing is not a hard job, and that's also something that Michaela Nogueira is also saying. Did you see that TikTok?
What?
That went viral that people are shitting on her for.
No.
You got to get off the internet, man.
I'm going to.
At work, he doesn't have a lot to do. It is hard being an influencer. I just had to like drive 6 hours just to be at my podcast.
That's true. Yeah.
True. Yeah.
And I'm late.
That's
by
his
an hour.
fucking.
That was my
commute.
Yeah, my daily commute to the podcast.
From
I
his
remember
villa.
because
Yeah.
Jackson he kept getting mad at me that I was like, it takes so long to get from Lincoln. He's like, well, I'm gonna actually move to St. Louis so I can.
And now I gotta come back here every fucking week.
It's worth it.
6 hours and 15-minute drive. And that's if I'm going like 80, 90, 100.
Yeah, exactly.
Put that shit on 100 and put on cruise control and just start going like I'm playing a video game. Weaving in between the cars and going on the shoulder.
Could you tell a cop that you were going to a podcast and that's why you hit all those
Officer's emergency. I have
I'm sure you're familiar with the Brown Bricks podcast. You
guys
must
are that racist
podcast,
right? I
maybe,
love that.
Maybe you let me go. We'll do a little
Blue Lives
Blue
Matter.
Bricks podcast for you.
Thin Blue podcast.
The Thin Blue Brick.
The Thin Blue Brick. It's the weakest brick out of all of the bricks.
It's a very bad brick.
But it keeps them all together.
Everybody loves it for some reason.
But everyone is obsessed with the Blue Brick.
Tim. Yeah. So yeah, it is hard. It's a struggle.
It is hard to be an
It's a struggle for
influencer.
being.
I
influencing.
don't know. I find it really cool.
Is it the clout that you like? The fame?
The numerous clouts we have.
Yeah,
We got, like, a
numerous
few
clouds.
clouts.
All the free drinks that people buy us.
I mean, because we have this podcast, we can go to the busiest restaurants in Omaha and be like, you know who we are. And get
yeah, and they open up the table in the back for us.
Yeah.
I used to date an influencer when I lived in LA.
Oh, I remember
yeah.
those videos. Yeah, I remember specifically there was one that was like the challenge of like, ooh, we're gonna ask you questions and then you're gonna answer them,
very
and then you were
deadpan.
just like they were answering because they had the soulless like California eyes behind them where they were just like doing those, but you answered them like legitimately and with like actual insight. You were like, no, I wouldn't do that because this and this, and they're like, no, but it would be like fun. And
I was
you'd
like,
be
what? No, it wouldn't. Grotesque.
It'd be like, what if you?
Yeah. What was your insight into the life of California?
Looked fucking terrible, man. They're just filming themselves all the
Ask her to
time.
plug our podcast?
Yeah, do you still got her? Do you?
her vegan. Shit, I probably shouldn't give too much information. There's probably a lot of vegan podcasters out there, right?
Probably,
Yeah.
No, not a one.
A lot of
But
vegan
ones that have
influencers.
dated.
But how many
Jack.
are there out there with the jack-shaped hole in their heart?
Yeah, exactly.
Lots.
I
I've dated the whole vegan
I was
podcast.
fucking around the vegan podcaster scene. I was just
I would like
sleeping
that
with them
it's
all.
not that there's not a lot of vegan podcasts, that there is a lot, but all of them have dated Jack at some point. So everyone is just like, oh, you guys.
At this point, if someone wants to start a vegan podcast, they fuck
They
Jack
gotta go
just
to
to get
Jack
an
first.
in.
Yeah,
Like one of those power brokers.
Yeah.
yeah, you're the pimp for the vegan podcasting world.
Got the connect.
It was weird, man. It was like so obviously pandering to like people that are like, 9 to 14, and they were like 26, 25 at the time, and they acted like young women. They're like, "Oh my god, I'm making money today." And I'm like, "Fucker, don't you have a 401k? Like, what are you doing?"
When the cameras were off, did her demeanor change? Or?
No, she was just like very sprightly and young, and
So maybe you were dating a 14-year-old and you just didn't.
Yeah. Jack just met this young girl. He's like, "So how old are you?" 25.
Sounds like,
good.
Dope.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, you
with
thought
their
you.
parents too, so that kind
She
of
was like, it was really annoying. She had to film from like 8 to 4 every single day, and I couldn't see her.
I had to help her. She was like taking remedial math as a college course or something.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
I think she was
even
like
I
going
could
back
do
to get her
this.
degree, but it was like, this is like addition. Like, you should be able to
That's
figure
what I love about high schoolers. I keep getting older. They're 25.
They need help with polynomials. I took that class 10 years ago.
I mostly remember.
I remember how
I was
to
like, yeah, you gotta bifurcate
foil.
it somehow.
Yeah.
You do some foiling. I don't know. I don't remember what that means.
This is one of the one that
First
approaches
out of
you.
They tell you what FOIL stands for? Yeah, you could do that.
You guys know PEMDAS, right? That's plus equals.
Anyways,
minus.
You get distracted. You get
distracted.
horny while you're telling me, like, I love to pim to your ass.
yeah, you're-
Like, no, this is due at midnight.
yeah, that would be good. The just like trying to put the moves on a high schooler who's doing like long division. you're just like, what are you working on there? Oh, that's crazy. That's wild.
Yeah.
Oh man, I remember.
I gotta
this.
carry the one. It's like, I'd like to carry my one. You pick her up.
Oh,
Gross.
that's so sweet.
That was
That would-
gross. I don't like
That would be so good if we like looked on. It's like whatever 26-year-old man is.
You guys
went to.
think that's gross?
Nah, it's corny.
You guys want to?
I used it on my
No,
high school
no, they're
girlfriend just
sweet
the other
pickup
day.
lines.
She
It's
loves
like
She loved it.
Jack. Have you ever heard the pickup line? Is that hand sanitizer in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
I have it. I have now, I guess.
Yeah.
What do you
Did
feel
you come
about
up with that?
Oh no, that was from Fat Gay Mom. The
I like how you say that like it's something everyone has seen.
Yeah.
You're like, no, that's from you remember
No,
Fat Gay
it's
Mom?
not. It was from Cafe Mom. We're doing a bit with Liam or Ring pickup lines off this website called the Cafe Mom. He goes,
and that was
was
one-
talking about fumbling it in real life. He's like, it wasn't me. It was Fat Gay Mom.
I like that that's their thing, the hand sanitizer. Like, no, I swear I didn't.
That also
didn't
was
come
one.
in
That,
my
that was
pants.
one we came up with.
I
on
didn't
here.
come in my pants.
No, that was like
No,
it's
that
sterile.
one in
Touch it.
particular was there.
Oh, that was
That
on there?
was
Oh,
the one,
you're right,
and
it
we just
was.
made fun of it because it implies that they came in their pants.
Or like
And
they have an incredibly small bulge. It's like this is
Yeah.
the pocket-sized hand sanitizer
It's-
dick.
Well, it's like I'm assuming because hand sanitizer. It's like is that hand sanitizer on your pants, or are you just happy to see me?
I'm gonna go to Renza.
Yeah, sorry, I
And-
just cummed myself.
yeah, sorry,
I
just
camped
came when
out.
I saw you.
I'm gonna go to Renza and find fat girls. Be like, is that ranch on your leggings, or did I just come on you?
Did I come?
Did I just come on you? Did I?
They're like, oh, I don't know. Let me get a taste.
Did I?
I have ranch on my pants.
I wouldn't.
Hey,
No, I want to
bitch,
go up.
let
to
me
like a
eat your
girl.
pussy. See if I came in you.
What's the response? All right,
Grotesque.
you guys are girls at like a club. You guys are dancing. I come up to you and I just say, "Did I just come on you?"
What?
No, did I just come on you? Look,
I look down. There's cum on me.
cum.
You did.
You did.
You came on me.
crazy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
what-
go
I'm
get
Jack.
security.
Jack, what was this text you sent us in the group chat the other
Yeah,
day?
you sent us a
Should
text.
come here and own me, spit in my mouth and slap my face, make me eat another man's cum out of you, What are you doing? You okay?
You okay?
It was like a text that somebody got when they were like, they matched with someone on Tinder and then immediately went to like, oh yeah, here's my number. You can text me. And then I think the guy was just a little down bad, but he sent those things and then immediately followed up with like, hey, what's up? You good? Like, you didn't respond to those.
Something must be up on your end because
Did you receive any of those?
I think you're in trouble. Are you in trouble?
it's really strange you didn't respond to those. What's happening?
Yeah, you good? You good? Because it kind of seems like you're not.
Speaking of always posting online, you guys know about BeReal?
Oh yeah, I love BeReal.
I think we should start a BeReal group where we just post dick pics every time we have to do a BeReal.
Then you have you have to post your dick pics, but it
And
also
then it just
does
shows
the
your
front-facing
face.
camera.
So you're just
Shows,
looking
like your multiple rolls of your chins, and then like it's just the most disgusting like kind of like angle that you could have your face at, and then it just shows your dick. That would be good.
The dick's the main camera, yeah.
That would
I see
definitely.
like an underside dick, like someone takes it.
Well, I was about to
From their
say
bottom to
I
their
would
face
I would
and
do I would position the camera in my taint so you get the balls and the dick hanging past
damn.
them, and then you get like a bit of the taint and asshole.
And you have
No, but then it would just be the ground, then, right? So it would just.
well,
be-
here's how I do it.
you
I
have
would-
to do this between 2
I would
minutes
hold
in
it-
a
I would hold it-
conversation.
Yeah,
with
you're in
someone.
like a meeting, and you're like, wait, guys.
Gotta go take a picture of my dick and balls.
You sprint out to the bathroom. They're like, "Are you okay?" And you're like, you have your pants down. You're trying to get the taint picture, and you're
I'm
like,
running out of time.
"Don't talk to me."
My friends are gonna think I'm fake.
we all get pissed when we don't get the dick pics from each other. We're like, hey man,
What the fuck?
What's you good?
What was the holdup?
what's the point in doing this if you're not going to take them on time?
Yeah, the moment that the 2 minutes goes up, you post it 1 minute late, and then you receive like 5 text messages, and they're like, "What's going on with you?"
I thought we were in this together.
Bro, are you okay?
We added Tage.
the
It's
boss
just-
at your meeting, you're like getting a ton of text messages, and your boss is like, "You just ran out of the room, and now you're getting like, are you okay? Like, is
Yeah,
something
it's a
wrong?"
BeReal.
You're crying. You're like, oh, I'm having issues with my friends lately. They don't like me as much.
Your boss is like, oh, is it a BeReal dick pic thing?
I know.
Man,
Everyone in the office knows.
I'm there. You know, sometimes I can't get hard for my pick. I'm getting older,
Yeah.
so you know, I'm in a dick pic BeReal group myself, and we don't put as much pressure on it.
Yeah,
know?
you can post. You can post.
join
So
an
like,
hour or
I
two
know I'm your boss, and it's kind of weird being friendly with me. But if you're looking for something like that,
We'd
love to have
can
you.
join ours.
Man.
yeah,
I'm
I
like, really?
love him being super earnest about
Yeah.
his
I
dick pic group.
I love the thought of adding Tage, and he just starts taking pics of like giant black dicks.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, this one's mine.
Yeah.
It's pretty big, right?
But then you could see the actual black guy like behind him, and he just like has his head in front.
Stop finding pictures
Leaning
online.
over a guy.
He's having a black guy stand behind him and stick his dick through his thighs. And then take a picture down, and there's just a way darker penis between his legs. And he's tucked his fucking dick and balls back between his thighs.
yeah, pretty big, right?
Yeah.
Tage,
I don't want to brag.
it looks
but I got a
different.
huge cock.
looks different every time, Tage.
Yeah, you just have like a little guy over his shoulder, like looking. You could just like see 2 eyes.
It's like peeking on the side.
There's one where he's on his back and smugly looking at the camera, and there's just a dick draped over his leg of a guy lying behind him that you can see a little bit of, or lying next to him. Carly's like, please stop doing this. Why I'm here? He's like, I want the boys to think I have a big dick.
I have to let
You
them
have like a
think
black
that.
guy on retainer that you can just call at any time. You're like, come on, quick.
No.
The 2 minutes. Is it?
Here within 2 minutes.
Is it on a
whenever I
schedule?
call.
No, it's random.
It's right.
What if,
That's
what
the
if it's
point.
just his
It's just-
neighbor? He has a neighbor that has a huge cock.
Carl. Get over! I need you right now.
Yeah, he's like knocking on the door like
Banging on the door.
frantically.
He's like, my girlfriend's over right now, man. I
got 1
fucking
minute left.
make up an excuse.
Yeah, no, he doesn't even have time to tell him to make up an excuse. Like
Quick,
you're
in the bathroom with me.
then he goes out. They're both pulling their pants back up. And he's like, "Oh, thanks, man."
Thanks.
And then he leaves.
Girlfriend's like,
His girlfriend's
is that a
like,
BeReal dick
"What?"
pic thing?
Yeah, everyone knows about the BeReal dick pic thing.
It's like a
Damn.
grift. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's get on that.
So yeah, that's the plan.
it becomes like an MLM thing where it's like, yeah, no, I'm just in this cool group chat with my friends. It's like, is it a BeReal dick pic thing? It's like, no, it's actually illegal to call it that when it's not.
Yeah, I feel like you're kind of.
It's more like a group share kind of image.
We can do whatever pictures we want. It's just like,
it's not always.
That's just the culture of it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
penises.
Like cyber flashing is actually illegal, so only the people who actually want to see that are in the
we've
BeReal.
all signed the forms that consented to this group chat of just generic images, not necessarily dicks.
generic images. Like one guy posts like just a picture of like his art that he's working on. It's like, I don't think you get what's going on here.
Like, yeah, man,
Been
not
talking,
really,
man.
not really in the spirit of the
You
club.
signed the thing.
Are you kicking me out of the group? You know, I just don't think you're a good fit.
Like tomorrow's BeReal will probably be the decider on it, and I think you know
You gotta know by now.
You gotta know by
What you
now
have to
what's
do.
going on here.
Yeah.
Oh, you're out.
Yeah.
All right,
Are you
let's
in?
make one of those.
Yeah, let's do it.
I have penis anxiety. I don't.
I do too. I'm not going to do this.
But that'll get us
That'll
over
get
it.
you, cured of it.
The thing is, when
Maybe-
you have such a big dick, you know, you don't want everybody to know, you know.
Yeah, of
I
course.
had a friend in college like that who just had a fucking hanger. Like, you know, the first time we were playing football and like we went to the showers and everybody else had their fucking towel on as he was walking. We were walking back from the showers and his was just over his shoulder and his dick was just
over his
swinging
shoulder.
around.
Goddamn.
And like he just made like dead sure to look everybody right in the eyes and smile. I think he was always like, yeah.
If you
guy-
do have a
that
big
guy's
dick,
gay.
it's like, is that like fun for you to go around just saying like,
It sounds fun.
I wouldn't want to show it off to other guys.
yeah,
He had like body dysmorphia too. Everybody would talk about his dick and he'd be like, it's not big. I don't know what you guys are fucking talking about.
You'd get mad that he's showing.
Yeah.
off
yeah,
his
he's getting
own
mad that
penis.
he showed
He's
you his
weird.
dick, and he's like, it's actually
Stop
not that
looking
big.
at my
Yeah.
massive hog, you fuck.
like
It's not
tiny
big,
average
actually.
hog.
He's one of my best friends too. Like I miss him, but like I was always just like, dude, do you not? You know it's big. I bet you can suck it. He was like, yeah, but that's just because I'm flexible.
That's
And I was like,
that's
all right,
yeah.
man.
He removed his ribs to
No.
do so.
You
He
guys
had
have
a
that?
big
You guys
dick.
talk about Adam removing his rib? Is that
That's one of our
That
one of
was
the
one
bits?
thing,
Yeah.
Fuck, I
that
feel like I
was-
come to the bits.
That was a
like,
classic one.
That's
yeah.
one of our all-time.
Yeah,
That's one of our all-time.
Yeah, that's
great
up there.
bits.
for
It
sure.
is.
there's
It's
a
the
hall of
Liam bits,
fame.
you know it's
There's a
good.
hall of fame there. Yeah,
Liam is good, man. I wish he'd be on this more.
I know. He's upstairs, just
He's
jerking
just
his
sleeping.
hog.
I guess I'm probably covering him tonight.
It's fucking bullshit because I was like, Liam, we already did the BeReal dick pic thing, and he's like, I've got to finish mine. I can't do the podcast.
Liam takes so long setting up his dick pics for a BeReal.
Yeah, I know.
dick
They're
pic.
good. Don't get me wrong. They're great.
They're good, but that's not the point of BeReal. That's
They're supposed to be a little bit more
It's
kind
supposed
of
to be in the
impulsive.
moment.
yeah. It's supposed to be your dick right now, however
Right
it is.
where you are. Yeah. Hard, soft.
Come as you are, as they say.
I have a feeling I have troll feet. Goblins have small feet. Get your fucking mythical creatures in check.
Goblins have pretty big feet for comparison to their size. And if you think that he fucked up his audio with our big ass feet, email us at brownbrickspodcast@gmail.com.
Make
That's
sure to
Brown
watch
Bricks
our
Podcast.
YouTube shorts at Brown Bricks Podcast YouTube channel.
Yes, do that. That's a cool ass place to watch it.
Also,
And also subscribe because I think we're one subscriber away from 100 subscribers on YouTube.
if anybody wants pictures of my feet for money, that's something I would be very interested in doing.
Yeah, email us about
If you
that.
don't want to go through Jack, ask me for
No,
pictures
he
of
has
his feet
tiny.
for money.
No, don't bring Phin into this.
It's just I'm gonna get those candid shots when he doesn't expect it, right? If Jack's taking pics of his own feet, you know, it's
They're
set up.
big and flat too.
Yeah, exactly.
They're really long toes. They're
Yeah.
weird. They're weird looking. You guys might like them.
No, you gotta clip your nails, bro. You gotta clip your
I gotta
toenails.
clip my fucking nails.
Dude, that's like number one in terms of like you need to work on hygiene. It's just like unclipped nails just look so much worse
They
than clipped.
feel.
I always clip I'm rigorous about my hand.
I don't let my
clips.
fingernails go too far, but I'm lazy about the toes.
Yeah, fingernails are easy because you can just chew them off, and then
No.
Then
Nah,
just-
What?
Don't do that.
I do that.
Kill yourself.
What's wrong? What's wrong with that? that's the
they-
reason.
If you
that's
fucking-
how
That's why
That's how you get like really rough feeling nails. They catch on shit if you chew them like that.
No, you sand them off on your whatever.
Gross.
Feel my nails. They're not that rough, and they've all been eaten.
It's like a rat's paw.
You just spit them out randomly? Do you swallow them?
No, I spit them out and then I throw them away.
I mean,
Why don't you just clip them like a fucking...
Why don't
just
you
put-
save
you don't
them
have
and
to
use them
sand
for
down
something?
like that.
Well, I know, but like it works out. It's totally fine.
But biting, I don't know.
My
Whatever, fuck
system
it.
is equitable.
He's got it. He's got it under control. At least he does it. At least he's doing
Because
it.
he has an oral fixation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because I want those worms, the tapeworms that are underneath.
He's always just has unlit cigars in his mouth.
Yeah, it's true. That is, I mean,
Maybe that's my thing.
half of it's
Oh yeah, that
unlit
was the bit I
cigar
was
thing.
talking about last night. Is a guy who's always like just pestering people by like always asking like maybe that's my thing, right?
He's like identity crisis.
What if drinking beer through a straw? What if that's my thing?
yeah,
that's my
big
brand.
cowboy hats, but like different ones every day.
Yeah, a different cowboy hat for every day of the week.
Maybe
Maybe
what if
even
that's my
month.
thing?
Maybe I'm a bolo tag guy.
Yeah, and then as soon as they go like, yeah, okay, that could be your thing.
No.
Nah, that's not my
Nah.
thing.
That's not me.
What are you looking at, Jackson?
Nothing. I thought you were just a little quiet, but that's okay.
I do feel like Jack turned a knob with his
No, I
feet.
didn't.
Fucked it all up.
Jack slobbed on his knob.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not your fucking sound knob.
I don't know.
It might have been.
I think my thing
one
possibly. I'm thinking about it, and that could probably be like I just like whistle at people whenever they do something that like I like. I'm like,
I think my thing is gonna be when I see a hot lady, my tongue rolls out of my mouth
Yeah.
against the ground, and my eyes shoot
You
forward.
do the math.
oh,
Oh, yeah, exactly.
and then it creates a little staircase, and then your heart comes out
And then
delivers her.
and then nothing else happens, and that's just
yeah,
the
and
one
then
thing.
all that comes back, and I'm a normal human again.
and then you just go about
And
your
I'm
day.
just totally vacant expression on my face.
Would you be
Wasn't
terrified or
even that
honored?
interested.
Would you be terrified or like honored? That's if some chick you were
scared.
walking by and then she said "Awooga," and then steam came out of her ears and her eyes popped out of her head and then her
I
tongue rolled
would
out.
be terrified.
That would be very
But then she just went on with her day.
still
Uh,
that's worse.
Yeah, I mean,
That
at
doesn't-
least if she kept being a wacky cartoon character, I could like slowly come to terms with it.
But that was just
I'd
What
be
happened
like,
the one
was
time?
there a gas leak?
Yeah.
Am I
going
schizophrenic?
insane?
Like, I would ask if other people did see that, and then if they did, I'd be like, all right, I'm not crazy, I guess. But then, like, still, that is possible.
The
Yeah,
world is not as
there's
I
like
thought it was.
I definitely like track her down, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm attracted to you, but you're being a little forward."
Yeah, like I thought you were cute. That doesn't mean you can just come up.
Yeah,
and
I
start being
awoogaed at
easy
you.
with
Yeah,
me.
I did a small awooga.
It's like, no, I'm not hitting on you. I need to know how you did that.
Show me your eyes.
Also, it depends on how cartoony the affect is. Right?
oh, it's very.
Oh, I'm
cute.
saying
You know, if it looks like a
shoots out.
cartoon, or if her
It's
eyes
the
just
math.
eject.
saying her
There's
eyes,
ample swatch
like,
and squatch
shoot
and
out,
stretch.
like 3 feet.
Yeah, but if it
Yeah.
looks like like they're long cylinders, that'd be like, all right, that's funny and cartoony. But if it's just like
It looks like
the optic,
it looks like
nerve
Who
is
Framed
laid
Roger
bare.
No,
Rabbit
no,
with a
I'm
mask.
thinking cartoony. It's a cylinder.
Yeah.
That's
it's the mask style.
Yeah, it's the mask style.
That
where
would,
it's like,
that
was
would
that
still
CG?
be scary.
Yeah, that was CG. And
No, I know, but
His
that's what I
his
mean.
eyes
Like when you
didn't
see that
really-
you're like, was that computer generated graphics?
yeah,
Yeah,
that-
Jim
in the
Carrey didn't
mask, it
actually
was
shoot his
computer
eyes out.
generated graphics.
well,
I know the mask. Is,
His-
I'm saying real life. I'm saying in real life. If
his
this
his
I would
teeth
ask that
weren't
question.
real.
What?
His teeth weren't real in
Yeah.
the movie.
They were real.
No,
No, they
well,
weren't.
they were
Also, he
real, but
couldn't-
they
he
They
weren't.
were real, but
They weren't
like
his
CG.
teeth.
Yeah, he can't do like the heart thing either. His heart isn't mobile.
no, he
The
can.
Mask is a movie.
No, he can. No, he can.
The Mask is a movie.
No, he can. I'm gonna be
I know
so
Jim
mad that
Carrey's like a
Steam's gonna start
wacky
shooting
guy.
out. I'm gonna spin around. Okay, what if I got so angry one time where I'm like, guys, seriously, stop! Like I'm getting pissed
Your
off,
head
and then I start
explodes.
spinning around that like
yeah,
the
and,
Tasmanian
and
devil.
you make a
Your
train
head-
whistle noise.
Your
Yeah.
head turns into a nuclear bomb. And explodes.
and then like I like beat you guys up, but you guys get like thrown against the couch, and like it's like you guys aren't dead, but
There's
it's
just
like
a giant
we're
dust
like
cloud.
And then I
that's
said,
like-
I told you not to mess with me.
Well,
like
you
that.
start walking at us, and we're backing up, and you think it's because you're a tough guy. But what you don't know is there's a big, powerful dog walking on 2 legs
Oh.
behind you.
okay.
That's what we're scared of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I'm like,
We're like, And you're like, guys, what is it? And then we're like,
Yeah, and then you run away,
Then
and
we-
then I say, I guess
we
I did
sprint out
scare
the
him
door
away.
and we leave an imprint of us running away in the door.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just your hand up.
Arms.
God, that would be awesome.
This is
Well,
so
no, and I'm
cool.
like, God, like I turn around, I look at the dog,
Listeners, have
and
you
then I
seen
start getting
cartoons?
scared.
Are you familiar
I
with the
turn
Looney
around,
Tunes?
You know what we're getting at here? Have we made it clear?
But yeah, I turn around, I look
Not
at the dog,
scary
and I
enough.
say, guys, and then there's just an outline of like the smoke outline of you guys, and then it like blinks. Do you guys
and
get?
then you turn
you
to
guys
the
get that?
camera, and a giant circle forms on you, and the rest turns to black.
And then
you're
it's-
like, gulp.
What if? Okay, if I was a cartoon character, but my penis was like below average, would you be mad about that?
What?
If you were, I wouldn't care about your.
No, if you were.
He's a 10, but his tongue rolls out of his mouth and he says, awooga.
He's an 11. That's a good one. I've been seeing a couple of those. She's a 10s on Hinge, and
Yeah.
a couple of the really good ones are like she's a 10, but she's overly obsessed with crystals and star signs, and thinks that, and she will not swipe on you if you're an Aquarius. And I'm like, well, it doesn't matter then. It doesn't matter.
This is
She's a
this is the woman's profile that has
Yeah.
that on there. Yeah, I don't know how I would feel about that.
I think it's just like, it's a weird way to lead it. A couple of them were just like, she's a 10, but actually she's an 11. And I'm like, well, that's cheating.
Somebody doesn't get how this works.
You're supposed to be funny.
There are people who like, they'll be like, my love language is, and they'll be like grilled cheese. And I'm like, that's not what they mean by that. There's
She's a
things.
10, but she's obsessed with the long-term ramifications of unfettered capitalism.
Yeah.
That's like a real one. Yeah, I bet.
She's a
My
She's a
love
10, but
language.
she doesn't listen to the Brown Bricks podcast. She's a 1.
Boo.
Tell your
She's
significant
a
others,
0.
your girlfriends, your wives, the people you're talking to on Hinge, to listen to the Brown Bricks podcast.
She's a 10, but she has an Audi belly button.
Yeah.
What's so bad about that?
You seen it like baby toes hanging out of your stomach? Do you have an Audi?
No, I don't have an Audi.
Yeah.
Look.
The problem is
She's
that
a 10, but she started doing tennis classes, so she doesn't get out of school until... Cause she's,
doesn't get out of school till 5.
She's a 10, but she still needs help.
get it?
Fraction.
Because she's 10.
Yeah, 'cause she's 10. She's a 10, but she struggles a lot with long division. I gave you one. No, you didn't.
Leave this in. That's important lore.
She's a 10, but she wants you to come to all of her pageants.
She's a 10, but she always has to hit your vape.
She's a 10, but she doesn't listen to the Brown Brick
Oh my God,
podcast.
just-
Oh my God. Oh, did you do
She's
that?
a 1.
I wasn't listening.
She's
You
a
really
10,
were
but
not listening.
he doesn't
really
listen to the Brown
I was
Bricks
thinking
podcast.
about my own thing about the 10-year-old, and I was tuning everyone
You're
out.
too busy in thought thinking about 10-year-olds. You were like, yeah, she'd be an 11. And you're like,
Well,
oh,
well,
hey,
we
what?
should have ended the podcast on the She's a 10 podcast bit then.
Oh,
We
yeah.
can edit this however we want.
No.
No.
She's a 10,
No.
but she has a
We
malformed
just
twin
cut out
sister
when we
hanging out of her
accidentally say
back.
full name.
Yeah,
I
onward
went
the
like,
light
oh,
brigade.
Jeff. You know, we'd have to edit that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you edit that out.
Oh, like Jackson. Why it's
Okay, well, okay.
Vinny's
You're fucking, you're outing us.
You're-
Oh.
okay, you got
3 Street.
We all work at
I work at
Avenue.
Yeah, what about that fire that happened at or around today? It wasn't. It wasn't.
I
that.
didn't do it.
Oh,
It was
shit,
just
I didn't
in-
do it.
It was just in North O, but it was like on the other side of the building, kind of close to there.
Oh,
It was a
shit.
junkyard fire.
She's
They
a
don't really-
10, but
I
she's
guess I'm
actually
working
an
from
anime
home.
body
Well, no,
pillow.
it's not at your fucking building. It's like a few blocks away, but it's close.
Okay.
I just thought you might.
Well,
have
then I
heard
did
something
it.
about
I know nothing.
You don't really hear about a junkyard fire too much anymore, but that's a
All right,
bona
now
fide.
I'll bad cop him. That was your good cop.
What?
Because we think he did it.
What time was I doing this? I was at Super Target.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do?
buying
What's so
gasoline?
super?
Maybe
I was actually at a Pizza
buying
Express at
buying
the time.
jerry cans of gasoline from Target.
I love it. Just like, do you guys have comically large cans of gasoline? It's like, no, that's not really what Target
You guys
has.
have a big match and a bag of gunpowder.
You
You
guys
have a bundle, like a cartoonish bundle of dynamite.
You guys
Yeah.
ever set a bunch of tires on fire in a junkyard before? You think that's like
it's
a
called
thing?
Target. I figured you'd have weapons here.
They're in the
That's our next bit. going to Walmart and finding out they don't have any walls there for sale.
Yeah.
Fucking
What about a
amateurs.
redneck diehard Walmart fan who hates Target because he thinks that they're bullshit and he goes to Target and he aims at the Target logo?
Shoots it.
Oh, that's.
Good.
Have you seen that guy who throws plungers at
Be
the
a
Target
good
logo
visual.
on
No.
TikTok?
No.
No.
He says they gave me 15 minutes to hit the Target logo with a plunger, and then he throws the plunger at it, and then he hits it, and he goes, "Whoa!"
It's stuck up there.
I guess. I think he brings like a squeegee thing
Did
and then
the
takes the
plunger
plungers
stick
down.
up there?
Yeah, he makes them stick up.
Oh,
there.
okay, good.
Also,
I was worried.
Yeah, I
for
know.
thought. Do you guys think grappling hooks actually exist?
Yeah.
Actually,
Like the
exists?
mechanized ones.
Like
Like
a
Batman's.
gun you could shoot.
Like a gun you can
grappling
shoot?
hook.
The one
Like a
that you shoot from your
handheld-
wrist and that pulls you up?
Yeah, like that.
No.
No.
What about one that you would carry? It looks like a gun, but you shoot it and then it pulls
Yes,
you up.
that,
Yeah, I bet
that
that's real.
exists.
Yeah.
And I know standard grappling hooks are a thing, like the rope ones, but
No, like
I bet the
like a
gun
thing
one
that
is
like
real.
latches onto like something. You like pull it and make it.
What
talk.
about
That
one where
probably
you can?
exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about one where you see a pretty lady and then you shoot it at her and it brings her towards you?
That's not.
without
Then you say
killing her.
hello.
That doesn't exist.
You should use a lasso for that.
And it's more of a lasso.
You don't want to
You wanna
launch a metal object at a woman.
Yeah, you want to
You're
get
gonna
hog
stab
tie.
her through the middle and pull her through her belly out.
Oh,
Oh,
boo.
hello.
Sorry.
Hey, pretty lady. Oh.
Oh shit.
Oh, fuck.
Then you make a chair out of her skin.
Yeah.
Wrap it back around.
Ooh.
Scary
Oh.
podcast.
We're counting down to the day of
Uh,
the Brown Bricks
fucking
podcast.
30 days. No, 30 days.
29.
29 days till Halloween.
And one will be going out on Halloween.
We get a This
What?
Is Halloween.
One will
soundbite.
actually be going out on Halloween as well. Yep. And you know what else will be happening in a couple of weeks? The
Tell us,
second
Jack.
year anniversary of the Brown Bricks
Holy
podcast.
Oh,
fuck.
shit.
Oh yeah, I was
That's
looking
right.
at that. Yeah, we're early October.
Oh, yeah.
mid October.
like-
That's crazy. Holy
Right
shit.
before it's wild.
Yeah, this is gonna be. We're gonna need to do the VTuber thing before your panel.
Yep.
We're
That's
gonna
right.
have
You're going
to
to tell
do
their fans
Oh,
to
yeah.
come to the panel?
I'm gonna.
We
tell the
already had
fans.
mentioned
Yeah, we
it.
already did.
Anime Nebrascon.
Yep.
Yep.
And
If you want to find Jack's full
Real
name,
name.
you
Yeah,
can
full
find it by
no,
going
No,
there.
it's,
I'm
it's
written
under
on-
it's under his.
Oh yeah,
it's
yeah,
under my
yeah.
funny name.
I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
But you can find me,
We'll all be
and I'll
there to
sign your
fucking-
Brown Bricks
Yeah. So
paraphernalia.
we got that. We have to do the Halloween episode, and we have to do an anniversary episode.
Especially if there are any
Packed
hot
month.
ladies
Such a busy
there.
month. I've got
October.
meetings all month about the Brown Bricks podcast. I've got a bunch of.
October's busy, folks. Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay
don't
tuned.
don't miss
This
an
is going to be
episode.
the best month of our podcast yet. I
Don't touch
guarantee.
that
The
dial.
production value
Don't touch that.
through the roof.
Tell your friends. Tell your friends.
Tell your
There's
enemies.
never been a better time.
Yeah, this-
than now to
This
get
is the
to
perfect time
Brown
to catch
Bricks
up on the Brown
podcast.
Bricks podcast for all
Don't
the
Get in.
don't
Get
catch
on the
up.
ground floor.
Honestly, we should probably take down the first couple episodes with bad audio because that
Oh.
probably stops so many people from listening.
I've definitely tried to fix those, but I have a stinking suspicion that those are just unfixable at a certain point.
We can make them legacy episodes and
Yeah.
do like a real
Subscribe
like
to our Patreon and get
Make
3
episode
unreleased
4.
episodes.
make episode 4 like the real episode 1.
Yeah.
and then the rest are like legacy episodes. But then that fucks up our episode 50s. And
No. Don't change the title of the episodes. Just literally have it start with 4 when you look at it on the apps.
Yeah, and then though there's mysterious missing episodes. Like,
Yeah.
ooh,
And then once we're huge and famous, we'll release them for everyone.
yeah, and then we'll look back.
You
on
guys,
them.
yeah. So get in now before
Get in now.
If you want to
Yeah.
listen to the first 3 episodes or first 2, because the third one's all
The
right.
third one's pretty good. Yeah,
Get in now.
Get in.
Get your
buddy.
friends
get
in
in
now
while the iron's hot.
because they're gonna be
Yeah,
on.
everyone who
They're
starts
going-
listening after
They're
this
going
month
back in the
is
Brown
a
Bricks
poser.
vault.
Yeah, this is the turning point. You can
Yeah,
only call
you're-
yourself an original fan if you start listening during this month.
Yes. Well, before.
Or before.
Yeah.
Yeah, the real brickheads.
So-
yeah,
Bye.
Brown Bricks bolt. Bye. Oh shit! Someone press that.
Uh,